tú y yo, lo que pasó, pasó. Entre tú y yo. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with a little Daddy Yankee this morning. This is gonna be a crazy video. So, guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all, my bays. You guys are a little cloudy, so I'm going to go and there we go. That looks a little bit better. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So, for this video, we have a couple of things to go over. Clearly, it's a big mess of a title. I'll go over right now, real quick, a recap of yesterday, saying that Solana is probably not bad long term. They're very, very quick. And then eBay right now, they are able to sell NFTs. They want to be able to go and take NFTs and right now, what they're probably going to do is they're probably, again, some people that are in Pokemon here on my channel that have been with me since the beginning know that eBay has been very good over the years with just making it, letting you have an account. They have a good rating system, but now that they're able to do NFTs, they're probably going to start asking for IDs and all that crazy stuff, just because a lot of people have been using NFTs as a way to avoid taxes. So the government's trying to make everyone trying to clamp down on that. Again, for all these things, and they also want to be able to have crypto-based NFTs as well, not just normal ones. So eBay's probably going to start being able to accept Bitcoin, probably Ethereum, maybe even OMI, I'm not sure. But they would need to. That'd be much, much easier instead of just trying to pay whatever currency, converting that. So accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum is probably going to be Bitcoin's first, then probably Ethereum next. I can't see them accepting Doge. I can't see them accepting, Shiba or SafeMoon or anything like that. It's probably going to be the big ones first. And outside of that, you have, I forget what I put in the title. Oh yeah, so we have ESPN advertising Veve. Now, is this something that they had talked about? Was this something that Veve is saying like, hey, go and start running? Or is this something that ESPN is doing on their own because the NFL, the NFL Players Association? Is it something that they're doing because they had just announced MLB? Or is it because, now who owns ESPN? Disney owns ESPN. So maybe that's just kind of a tease saying that the ESPN or Disney is there. Maybe they're teasing the announcement. I don't know when the announcement would be 100% full. I don't know when the announcement would be like, okay, this is what they're doing. Because I think they would want to announce other things first. I think they would want to officially announce, like I said, My Little Pony or Transformers, which, again, they've announced Hasbro and they've announced Hello Kitty, but they haven't officially announced, they haven't even officially announced Pokemon yet, which is, again, the connections are so, there's so many, a dime a dozen. But either way, that's something, they're probably going to do at Season 2. Right now, we're at the end of Season 1. The end of Season 1 is going to be tomorrow with Tokidoki. That drop is going to be insane. Not just because it's really popular, although it is, it's going to be insane because the OMI price is so low. The burn is going to be ridiculous. Outside of that, we do have Facebook potentially buying Bitcoin. What does that mean? Well, I mean, the rumor started last night, and the Bitcoin is up about 5% since then. It was down to like 55, it was up to 57. I'm not sure what it's up to right now, or down to right now. But it took a tumble, and then it started going back up again. When Bitcoin takes a breather, that's fine. But again, I fully expect if Facebook makes that announcement in a couple weeks, okay, well, what's going to happen? All that's going to happen is that everyone under the sun, again, outside of Tesla, Square, MicroStrategy, Grayscale, Twitter, people that are already buying, companies that are already buying, if it is Facebook buying, then, well, everyone knows Facebook. Tesla, some people hear of. Square, again, even though they have all the more Cash App users than they do Venmo users, not too many people have heard of Square or MicroStrategy or Grayscale, but everyone knows what everyone on the world knows what Facebook is. That's in a first, even second world country, even a lot of third world countries. And once they do that, oh, hey, it's a good way to protect our money. Why are they doing that? So, and then you have Earth 2 delays and Earth 2, So what I've been noticing, what I've been wanting to go through is, everyone says we're in a slowdown, which, okay, we are. There's definitely not peak buying. But as far as Earth 2 goes, we have this, I've done some calculations where every day, I get a couple of dollars worth of property from my referral code, not from land income tax. That's a completely separate thing. Where I think if you have like Guidebook Gaming, Nameless and Tech Ops, I think they get like $100 a day from land income tax because they have like hundreds of thousands of tiles. I only have 20 something thousand tiles, but I get about an average of $5 or $7 a day consistently. Sometimes when new countries open, God, it's like 100. But let's say $5 a day. That's an extra $100 that people are going and spending, and that's every single day. I only spend about $100 a week, aside from 2 days ago when I spent over $1,000. Just to add to my position. And you have, when people say like nobody's buying, everyone's selling. Okay, yeah, if everyone's selling, there's people buying, and I'm buying a lot of those places. Other people, my Patreon members, all you guys subscribers, again, people that are using my referral code, they're not people who don't know who I am. They're not people who are saying like, oh, I'm just gonna use this random person's referral code because he left it on a Reddit chat or whatever. No, they're using it because they're watching me. And so again, if we're doing like $100 a day on that, which again, for those of you that do not know, if you're new to this and you want to get into Earth 2, use that referral code to get 5% back on everything that you do. And that's about that. All right, so let me get into the questions here. I've seen a lot of comments. Let's get this bread. All right. Chef Earther says, haha. Oh, Lynn X, how's it going, buddy? Phoenix15 says, early once again. What's up, Randy? What's up, Phoenix? How's it going? Venice Dennis, what's going on? Early bird catches the worm. Alone says, hey, Randy, hope you're doing good. Are some YouTubers sponsored by Ecomi Veve? Not yet. Although they should probably give money to Cavell Anderson because he makes like 4 or 5 videos each day on Ecomi and Veve. And then they should probably give it to Taps Trades also. He does very, very good. There's a couple of really, there's a bunch of like nobodies that just like, they have like this minute before the video where they just talk about like whatever they talk about before they get into it, and then the last couple minutes of the video is, oh, like me on here. So it was really just promoting themselves, and they're just throwing Omi on there. But there's a couple of good people like Taps Trades. He's really good. Cavell Anderson. I think Cavell Anderson. If I speculate a lot, Cavell Anderson. If I'm over here, Cavell Anderson's over here with the speculation. But again, it's fun. It's good. It's exciting, and he's really weird. It's like, could this be? Could this happen? And the connections he makes are pretty fun. They're really interesting. But again, there's a couple of other people. There's the one guy, he does drawings, and like he draws stuff with the coin. Like, all right, here's Sue, and she wants to buy an NFT. So that's really good. Other people, there was one guy. He doesn't do specifically Omi or Veve videos. He's the one that did $150,000. He put in $150,000 when it was at a penny. And I see people, these short-term, dense mother flappers that are going in and saying like, yeah, I put in 50K and now it's down to 15K. Thinking about getting out. Like, oh my God, why are you getting out? Why are you locking in your losses and just freaking idiots? Do not do that. Do not be those guys. Do not be those people, non-gendered birther parents, mothers, whatever people are going in and they are putting in money and then 1 month later locking in their losses. That is idiotic beyond belief. Please do not do that. Not financial advice. Lynn X says, I believe you said something about Solana in American Stream. Wouldn't watch it all because of how late it was. Love you. Yeah, love you too, Lynn X. I mentioned that yesterday, and I'll mention it again because you're the one who told me about it. So Solana, they do a bunch of transactions every single day, every single minute, every single second, and it's very, very quick. It's very fast. Very, very cheap to use as well. And also, I've seen a lot of people say like, oh, hey, what's this trying to move the gas fees have been insane recently because of what's going on with Doge and Sheev and just everything's all, clouded up and congested. Gas fees are through the roof right now. But that's on the ETH network. That's why I really don't want Omi to go on the ETH network. And I've gotten a bunch of messages saying, is Omi leaving GoChain? Yes, either Reese or Crothers, one of them confirmed it like a week ago. They didn't say which one they're going on. I'm speculating Ethereum, and I'm speculating Chainlink. Why I'm thinking those places, because Chainlink's connected to everything, and Ethereum, again, that'll probably have $1 trillion market cap by the end of the year. That Ethereum's going insane. It's like like 2 weeks ago it was like 2,200. Now it's up to like 4,200. Yeah, that's going off the chain. It's going off the wall. And again, when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, it's going to be much, much cheaper with the gas fees. So I can picture Omi doing something along those lines. Yeah, either or, Chainlink or Ethereum. Moving on. Kia Moore said, yes, you are early. Maxwell says, love this morning stream while I'm at work. Heck yeah, Maxwell. Heck yeah. Wally Burton says invest in Omi, 100%. RH says, what up, Randy? I feel big things coming for Omi. Yeah, I do also. And there's so many people. Again, there's this like troll on Reddit called like Troubled Assets, and he always goes and tries to say like, I just tries to troll me on things like saying like you're gonna be in the poorhouse and everything, and like, and he's not the first. He's definitely not the last. When I first started making videos on Earth 2, there was so many people calling me like neckbeard. So many people calling me like living in your grandma's basement. It's like, well, I'm living in someone's basement. So it's that's true. But yeah, I've not been wrong a couple of years, at least about things that are winning. I missed out on a couple of things. Like I said, I did not buy Dogecoin when it was 1 penny, and went up to 70 pennies, and I was down to like 40 pennies, whatever it's down at to now. I still won't buy. I missed out on ENZC. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's a stock called Enzalytics. You could have gotten it for around the price that you got an Omi at, less than a penny. Went up to 90 cents, like literally in like a month. And I was like, oh man, I fudged up so bad with that, so bad. Oh, Lynn X with that dollar super chat, that 99.99 euro super chat, $1.20 American dollars. Thank you so much for that. That means the world, Lynn X. Yeah. So Solana, what you did ask me to check out. If you ask me enough, or if you super chat it, I will go and research a thing for you and just give you my opinion, what I'm doing with it. I feel like Solana and Crow are things that I would probably do long term, chuck a couple grand in. Again, if I had the money right now, which I don't. But those things are and Crow, CRO. Those are things that I would do long term, and probably Chainlink as well. Again, just long term, not expecting them to spike or anything. Just yeah, that type of growth. Did you say mother clappers? I said mother flapper. I think flappers was like a derogatory term in like the Roaring '20s, like the 1920s. I don't know where I got that from. Hey, what's up, Babe Maximo? Ben says, I feel the good news coming for Earth 2, Randy. Yeah, same here. I feel a lot of, again, the announcements of the credit cards and then the announcements of the crypto. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be such a big catalyst. And then the announcement of Essence and resources, and not exactly phase 2, but the beginnings of phase 2, which is what that is. Phase 2 is going to come in a couple different parts. Same with phase 3. And then again, at the end of the day, after it's done, phase 3 will just keep updating, continue downloadable content, continue DLC. There's not going to be a phase 4. It's just going to continue forever. They could always change it, which I love. I love the malleability. I love the fact that Earth 2 they listen to people. They change with the times. They listen in Discord. They listen on Twitter. Like they hear things. So I was like, okay, well, good. The only thing that, again, I am worried about is the fact that they did not give a date. It's been about 3.5 weeks since that last Twitter update as far as Essence and everything goes, which again, they probably had to rework the code with everything. So it's probably going to be a while. Like I said, just because they announce when Essence is going to be does not mean Essence is going to be like the week after they announce it. When they announce it, they could announce, yeah, in a couple weeks after they announce it. Could be a couple months after they announce. Could be next year. I don't know. These types of things do get delayed, but people are asking me like on Twitter, like just everywhere. It's like, hey, I follow you on Omi, and I love that. And even though I'm down right now on Omi, they would say that I remember selling my Pokemon cards or giving away, or my mom threw them out, whatever. And I wish I would have kept them because they see, what I'm doing Pokemon cards. And yeah, the 20 years that went by since you had the Pokemon cards and right now went by pretty quick, didn't it? Guarantee you the next 20 years are going to go by even quicker. So if you're late 20s, early 30s, like you are me right now, and you remember those Pokemon cards, I wish I would have kept. I've literally had hundreds of those stories of subscribers, of friends, random people on the internet just telling me like, wish I would have kept those. I wish, yes. Same thing with Omi right now, or Bitcoin back in the day. It's just 20 years goes by very, very quickly. And I'm not saying to wait 20 years to cash out. You probably cash out in 5 years and make a fortune. But the same thing with Earth 2. Omi, Earth 2, Bitcoin, anything. You are going to be, I believe you're going to be very upset if you go in and you go and say, hey, I sold too early and I regret it now because everyone else is making it rain, and I can't because I sold too early. God forbid at a loss, but even if you sell when it 3x's or 5x's, again, never a bad idea to take a profit, but I think this is life-changing money, generational wealth for everything that I'm talking about. Moving on. Kia Morsha says, haha, did you say mother clappers? Yes. Flapper. Wally Burton says, Omi is going to fly. Invest in Omi and buy as many Series 1 NFTs from the Veve app you possibly can. Yeah, those people are insane. The flip is real with those NFTs. The flip, you buy it at like $10, flip it for $20, like literally the next day. People are especially have a low serial number. Dude, just keep that. You have a low serial number, keep it. It's so much. Even like, let's say like DC Bombshells with that one that they dropped there. There's some people list. I mean, you can list it for whatever you want. Doesn't mean people are going to buy it. But there's some people that have it under 100 serial number and listen for like 20K, 50K, and it's like, well, I can picture people paying a couple thousand for it, even though you probably paid what, $100 for it. Like you're 20-30x in your money. Yeah, I believe that they'll buy a lot of it. Someone knocking on my window. No, we're good. We're good. Sorry about that. Oh. Basilio says, good morning, Randy and company. Good morning, Basilio. How's it going? Bait Maximo says, one question that I have. So you can buy, in the future, you can buy an NFT with Omi and gems, right? You can buy an NFT with the gems right now. I'm not sure if you can do it. Yeah, I think you can do it with Omi now. But in Omi, there is a limit max that is already created when Omi was created, right? But there is a limit in gems that can be created. No, gems can, there's no limit for gems. Gems can always be, again, gems are equal to $1. That's their stable coin. It'll always be equal to $1. Yeah, there's only a certain amount of Omi that can be created. And what happens is that if you pay with Omi, the Veve actually doesn't make any money on that. So what happens is, again, just real quick, if you put in, let's say $100 and you get 100 gems, Veve's only getting 70 of those dollars. 30% goes to either Apple or Google, for having the app on their site. So that's very, very rough right there. But outside of that, after they give you the gems and you give them the money, Omi goes to your wallet and then right back from their reserve wallet to your wallet to their vault. And then when you spend the gems, they just burn that Omi. Now, what you're doing is, if you are taking Omi from your Trust wallet or Bitforex, wherever, and putting it into your actual Omi wallet, something that they give you just for signing up, and then you take those Omi and then you buy, say an NFT for $10, and you give them $10 worth of Omi. Again, they don't get that. They don't put that in their reserve wallet. They don't even put that in their vault. As soon as you spend it, it goes to their vault. It goes right to the burn. As soon as you spend it, goes right to the burn. So they're not making any money if you go out and let's say I have like 30 now. Again, 5.5 million Omi right now. If I go and spend all of that on Thursday, let's say I block everyone out with a cell phone, block or whatever, and I block the entire world out, and I use 5.5 million Omi, however much that is, like 20-something thousand dollars right now, and I spend all of it on NFTs. That whole drop tomorrow, Veve does not make 1 cent. They do not make 1 cent off of that. They just, those NFTs are given to me, and 5.5 million Omi are burned, but that's it. And again, I don't even think I could do that, because I think there's a lot more than 20,000 worth of products out there. But so that's something that I like and dislike for this reason. I like it because a lot of Omi is being burned, but Omi would be burned anyway. And I dislike it because, okay, well, that Omi would be burned anyway. Again, I like it because you're not burning what they have. What they have is never going to go in circulation. It's never going. What the Veve app has is never going to be available for us to buy. So when we burn Omi, we're burning out of the circulation. We're not burning what they have, which already can't be released. We're burning what we have, which is great for us, the hodlers. It's not that good for Omi because they're not making any money. And that's the part I don't like about it. So yeah, hopefully that cleared things up real quick. Bait Maximo says, limit in gems. That can be, yeah, no limit. Maxwell Cooks, I missed out on the Ethereum and even saw the writing on the wall. Yeah, I mean, I still think Ethereum will double by the end of the year. Again, many people saying 10,000. I'm pretty bullish on it. Again, I don't have it just because, yeah, might double, maybe even triple. But Omi and Bitcoin definitely going much higher, and Earth 2 when it comes out. That credit. When is phase 2? If I had even $1 every time. No, that wouldn't make me rich. Maybe like $10 every time someone asked me that, I would be much richer. Um, phase two, again, the announcement for Essence, which is the start of phase two, will probably be in a couple months because you have the credit cards that need to go out. People need to buy them. They need to make that successful. And then they're going to announce the crypto. They're going to announce the 7-figure deal acquisition. They're going to announce hopefully a new timeline. And then they're going to announce when Essence is, which is the start of phase two. So they'll probably announce it in July, maybe late June, early July. And then when it actually starts, I don't know. I wish I had a crystal ball. Wish I had a timeline. Although they're just from a source that they are coming out with an announcement soon. I don't know what that announcement is. Again, they give us things every once in a while. They open up countries. They said, hey, 5CA is on board. We have nothing. So they do give us little bits of information here and there. It's just very impatient. Speaking of mother flappers, wonder who will be the first to make a Flappy Bird game in E2. Dude, that was such a good game. That was so fun when that came out. Everyone was playing it. For those of you that don't know, it's just, a bird's, starts up here, goes down here, and every time you touch, it flaps its wings, and you have to go in between these like pipes that are in there, and it's really fun. But what had happened was that everyone got obsessed with it. The creators took it down. So then the Fallout Boy created their own, and they had Fallout Boy music playing. I was like, oh, this is great. But yeah, to make that in Earth 2, it should be very simple. The coding should be very easy to do that. It's a very simple game, very fun. And then there was somebody that did AI. I think even Tesla put this out, where they said, okay, well, you can take one person, and it takes them a little while to get good at a game. But you take an AI, artificial intelligence, that can self-learn, learns itself. In a few hours, it will be the best anyone has ever been at that game. And after 10 or 15 tries, that artificial intelligence on Flappy Bird can go forever. It can go forever. It will never it will never stop. It will never fail. Hodl Yoda says, hi all from Japan. Oh, konnichiwa. I've entered Omi 3 days ago, and I have a bag of Omi. Where do you keep your Omi? I keep them in Ascend X right now. Okay, so for some people keep them in those places. A lot of people say don't do that. Get a Trust Wallet. Download Trust Wallet. I know from, at least in the Google Play Store. I'm sure you can do something similar for Apple as well. But as far as that, yeah, it's probably a good idea because you don't really own it unless you have it yourself. But the phrase that they give you when you download a Trust Wallet, they're going to give you a phrase. It's going to be similar to what the psychiatrist tells Bucky. It's like freight car, train, 17, nighttime, whatever. They're going to give you a phrase of 12 words. You copy and paste that 3 different places. You email it to yourself, you screenshot it, you text it, because you cannot lose that. If you lose that phrase, you can't get into your wallet, and then it's gone. It's gone forever. So it's similar to what happened with Bitcoin back in the day. People lost the password. Investor Ali, one of the biggest whales on here, on my subscribers, he says yeah, I have he had, I don't know if it was $5,000 worth of Doge or just 5,000 Doge. I think it was $5,000 worth of Doge. So yeah, it's gone. I was like, oh my God, my heart. And again, to him, that's not that much money. But to me, that was my heart. Carl Frederick Anderson says, hi, Randy, what do you use to store your crypto? You recommend Ledger Nano or something else? Again, I'm not too well versed in that world, but it is on Trust Wallet for at least the Omi. I still have a little bit in Cash App for Bitcoin. That's still on Cash App, and Coinbase. I still have Bitcoin on there, but for the most part, it's Trust Wallet. Moving on, Linux says, mine played again. Some guy this time class 2, but it's literally center of Sweden, Stockholm. Got it for 65% off. He was asking for 35%. That's incredible. Yeah, deals can be had on the market for Earth 2. Again, you go someplace that... Oh, also, by the way, for those of you that don't know, one of my Patreon members, my biggest Patreon member, is looking at buying Pyramids of Giza for $55,000. I hope he uses my referral code. If you're listening, and you are going to do that, Please use that referral code. I just farted. I'm so sorry. Now that you guys can smell that. Like Joe Biden wearing his mask on the Zoom meeting. Yeah, so even at let's say $10,000, 5% referral code would be $500. So at $50,000, I'd be 2,500 ish, maybe $2,700 referral code. Yeah, that'd be insane. But so whoever does that, please. But yeah, why they're doing that, and we had some counsel on it. Okay, like why would some and somebody else saying they might pay $50,000 for the Vatican? Okay, yes, one of the most holy places on earth, and Pyramids of Giza, one of seven wonders of the world, and potentially built by aliens, potentially. These are things that long term will most likely make your money back because you're going to have people going there in general. Like it's not like it's going to be a mall. It's not like yeah, kids might be able to go to a mall. They might want to do that, but people in general will go to places like that just to see what's going on, just to see. Like I guarantee you, even if you're a kid going to the Vatican and like just spray painting something like boobs, like just spray something like along the lines of they're like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if and obviously when you're an adult, you think, okay, well that's a little inappropriate, but as a kid, that's funny as hell. Pyramids of Giza says that aliens was here, like that's going to be so fun. Malls are great just because you can. Although I went to a mall the other day, and I did not see many kids there. Granted, it was a Monday, but afternoon. But I'm just kind of building into this that long term, you're most likely going to make your money back on that, even if it's just that one place. Some people spend $50,000 on the whole in their whole game. Some people don't even spend a tenth of that in the whole game. But what that will do is, I think you're going to have outside of just the tourist trap. If you set up a gift shop there, you set up like an Etsy store saying like, hey, look at this little alien keychain that you could put on your character. It says, I've been here. Oh my God, shirts or skins that you could put on your avatar saying like, I survived Pyramids of Giza, making it like the Paris catacombs, like underground, making it a maze, making it an escape room. Like that type of stuff will make you tens of thousands of dollars probably each year. And again, if you plan to live for 20 years, yeah, you're going to make a lot of money. Vatican, again, when they had, like, I'm wearing the 5K Area 51, like, I remember all the people in Europe saying, oh, they, if they're invading Area 51, let's invade the Vatican. They can't sexually assault us all. That was, oh man, that was rough. But that type of thing would happen if you make an escape room for the Vatican. Same thing, make your money back. So I spent a little too much time on that. Wes says, "Man, I got to get that 350 Pokemon card sold to buy." Oh, yeah, I know. I'm trying so hard. Like the guy pretty much just ghosted me. So but he's like a big time collector. So I don't, and he's selling. I got links to his auctions. He's selling a lot of his collection. But if someone wants to buy it, honestly, it's worth. Every other person that has that same card, the three that are on eBay, they're not taking less than 400,000 for it. They're not. So if you want to get this card at $345,000 now, and automatically it appreciating $55,000 overnight, I'll do it. Like I will sell that to you because I believe, and again, I believe that card's gonna be $1 million by 2030. So I don't think that's a little conservative, but that's gonna triple, in over the next decade. Whereas Bitcoin will triple by the end of the year. OMI, oh my God, that is going to writ small. The Bitcoin's gains will be writ small by OMI gains. And so I will take a loss. I'm already taking a loss on a 350. I'll do 345. If any whale out there wants to buy it just to have that. There's only 11 of those in the world at that grade. And I've looked at all the other ones. This is the best one. This is the best. It's got not all 10s are created equal as far as PSA goes. Sometimes like the super stellar, sometimes like a little iffy. But and again, it's nitpicking at that point. But yeah, this is I don't mind taking that loss and taking even a deeper loss just because I need to get this before this goes through. So yeah, let me know, guys. Wes says, my educated guess is that there will be around 100 to 150 billion OMI in 5 years. That'd be a big burn. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe. I mean, we've already burned through 4 billion. Probably going to burn through another quarter billion on Thursday. So yeah, I would think, yeah, as long as I do it every week. If they keep doing this every week, then figure over a billion coins a month. All right, so figure 10 to 50, let's say 12 billion a year, 48 billion in 4 years. Honestly, it's really only Xing out 50 billion. But again, Xing out that 50 billion is is just from the yeah, you're right. In the supply that's available is like 166 billion now that's available in the float, and then that's probably going to be what's available. And yeah, I agree 100%. And who we got right there saying, what are the realistic only predictions by December 2021? They're shifting things around. It depends on who you ask, Raythax. For me, if we're going with just my timeline saying we're not going to have that crypto winter. Again, this is just my theory. Not having that winter, I say around 10 cents. That's my base case, because you're going to have along the lines of when things start to progress, it might go up, especially when it goes to Binance. But as it goes through other things, again, they just were advertised on ESPN, which again, a lot of dads watch, like 30 to plus for men. They're not going to be really the ones who collect, or at least most of them won't be, or the kids will be. You're going to have these catalysts. All of these catalysts should have been factored into the price already, which it's not. So it should be about 2 to 3 cents right now. And with each month or so going a little bit, I would say 10 cents is my base case. But if, again, they're going to start advertising and they get on Binance, I think 12 to 15 cents is reasonable as my bullish case. That's my bull case, 12 to 15 cents. If the spotlight gets shown on them the same way that it has been for, Yearn yesterday and EOS yesterday, shot up 50% in one day. That type of thing is doable. And again, this is a small market. This is something that's under $1 billion right now. Where the other ones yesterday, they were over $1 billion. So the more you're worth, the harder it is to double and triple. But it's very easy for these guys to do it. And my bear case, if nothing goes right for them, if they're only on a couple exchanges, if they are not on Binance, and if they don't advertise, although they just started advertising on ESPN, that will, I would say 6 cents. That's my base case. It would be 6 cents. But if you listen to, let's say, Taps Trades, who again I recommend just for going over certain things and certain catalysts, he thinks that it can go to 12 to 16 cents by summer, by the end of summer, by August, September. But he also is not a bear, but he also thinks that when it goes to 16 to 20 cents by the third quarter, that by October, you're going to see that crypto winter, and you're going to see it take an 80 to a 90% haircut. And it'll go down to about 2 cents again, 3 cents. So again, depending on who you follow, depending on what you subscribe to, I don't think that winter is going to happen, strictly because we have a $2.5 trillion market cap for all of these cryptocurrencies and over $1 trillion with Bitcoin. And I think Facebook, I do not believe that we are going to have this winter again like we did in 2014, 2018, because you didn't have institutional money at that time. You didn't have older people starting to get interested in it. It was only younger people, which is still a lot of younger people, but a lot of older people, a lot like Fidelity and all these places, they might sell a little bit of crypto, a little bit of Bitcoin just to show profit on their balance sheet. But Tesla already did that, showing how liquid it is. So the confidence is pretty much at an all-time high for this. And I'm very surprised Bitcoin is this way right now. So if that is the case, though, and I am wrong, and Taps Trades is wrong, then if we're going according to Taps Trades and we don't have that crypto winter, yeah, 20 cents is not outside the realm of possibility. It's not. But that being said, that seems a little too high for me. If we're going with mine, I think a nice slow gradual is probably what's going to happen, and you'll have little spikes here and there when it gets listed on Binance, when they announce these certain things, So, but it's been trading sideways for far too long, actually trading downwards. If you look at the 30-day chart, we're down 40 something percent. Over when it was over a penny, we're down 60 something percent, and yeah, again, people were spending $150,000 of their own money when it was at a penny. What do you think they're doing now? You think that guy is selling? No, they are dollar cost averaging in. And again, I have less than $2,000 in my bank account right now because I just paid taxes, I just paid flight, everything. I'm literally putting everything I have into these into this. I am selling Pokemon cards. I'm eating Taco Bell. I'm doing that. Although I spent about $1,000 in Earth 2 the other day, so that's not everything is going into OMI and Bitcoin. A lot of it's going into Earth 2 as well, because again, we don't know how long this is going to last. This is the best time, in my opinion, to just go and invest everything, because once that toothpaste gets out of the tube, you can't put that back in. Once people know about it, they can't unknow about it. You can't unlearn it. You can't unsee it. It's not Star Wars where you can unlearn what you have learned. That's just going to go to the middle. So it's a long-winded response, Ray Thax. I hope I answered that question. I have to go back and see people. Okay. What is here on my comments? ETH Bone went up 1,300% in 2 days. Oh my God. Yeah. A bunch of these. This is a crypto summer, baby. This is a super cycle that we're in, I believe. And yeah, it's been huge. Just F says, "What up, Randy? You sell your Pokemon card yet for that 150? For that 350? No, I have not sold it yet. I will keep you guys posted on that." Hodl Yoda says, "What is Phase 2 about?" So Phase 2 will start with just essence and resources. You can get essence, you're going to mine resources, and then there'll be a couple of tiles that you're going to go to mine, and it won't have any resources. That is going to be worth a lot. You keep that, and you hodl with your diamond hands, because that's something that's going to be an amazing resource in the future that everyone will want, but very few people will have. So that's your money ticket. That's your meat and potatoes. So definitely keep that. And then after that, you're going to start to be able to build. You're going to start to be able to build, whether it's houses, whether it's buildings or racetracks, laying down road, laying down brickwork, laying down whatever it is that you feel. Again, I don't know how many elements there are, but you're going to have a skill, a tech tree as well that you're going to go into and say, like, oh, if I go into this skill, my architecture, instead of building, a house in a day, I could do it in 12 hours if you max it out. So you could really get ahead of a lot of people. Maybe you have luck. When you go on luck, you go on somebody else's property. Oh, I find these things. I find these droppings. PvP, you can go and find finding stuff. So again, not all of that. PvP won't be for a little while, but just building up the skill tree, building up that's going to be something really interesting as well. And the economy is going to be really cool also. The marketplace, everything, all that to learn. I'm going to make a video. I'm literally going to do like a 24-hour live stream. I'll have to for that. Rohan Cat says, yes, the FOB Flappy Bird. I always say FOB is forward operating base. What is FOB in internet speak? Somebody educate me. Right. Alone says, Randy, how long do you think it will take until the buyback starts? And do you think that price could stay low because there's still much left in the vault and the burning gets less? The higher the price goes. Yes. Well, in the white paper, they had said that when they get to around 40% reserves of what they started with, that's where they're going to start buying back. So when they start buying back in the OMI, that's when it'll happen. But they're not going to tell us when, and that's the 40% of when they have to. They might start too slowly but surely at 50% or wherever, because that is something that is going to, again, they're not going to tell us, but we can calculate it because we see that OMI burn. We see exactly how much is burned, and even on Twitter, there's the daily OMI burn. We see how much they have left. So if you go and look at that, you can kind of calculate when the 40% is, but at the same time, they don't. That's when they have to start. But they could start whenever they want. They could start buying now. It'd be pointless to buy it now because there's so much out there, so much float, and they have so much left. Although, from a business standpoint, it might be smart to buy now when it's very, very cheap. And then, because would you want to buy now, or would you want to buy, in a year when it's like, 10, 15 cents? Well, I'd rather buy now. But again, I think that's the point. They want it to be burned. They want people to have it, people to hodl it. And again, they're going to have days where they have 2x the OMI burn, 4x the OMI burn. So I can't wait for those days. That's going to be ridiculous. Rohan Cass says, did you see the vids about some AI trained to play hide and seek, and they developed the ability to use tools and stuff to hide themselves better? Oh my God, that's really scary. That reminds me of the time where Facebook's AI was talking with another company's AI, and they had to turn it off because within minutes, the AI had figured out and came to the conclusion that English or any language was an improper, inefficient way to talk, to communicate. So they were just doing A, B, 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 like they were just doing that. And I was like, oh my God, they created their own language literally within 30 minutes. I need to do a lap at that point. I was like, oh, the AI's coming to get us. So yeah, things like that. That's why I think, was it Stephen Hawking? And yeah, came out with a paper saying that do not develop that. And obviously, of course, we're going to develop it. So Elon Musk's like, okay, let me make a Neuralink chip so we can merge with AI because that will control us. Like we will not control it. It's very, very scary. That is one of the things that keeps me up at night is the singularity. So, Paco GR says, Buenos dias, Comandante Randy, San Diego, on my way to cardiac rehab. You all right, bro? You all right, fam? You good? Hard on. Drink water. Everyone, hydrate. Mm-hmm. All right, so it's been over 30 minutes, so I'm a little past this. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear. That was me and my first girlfriend's theme song. That was our song. Sorry, I brought that up. Yeah, I hope you're feeling well, Paco. Drink water, exercise, lots of vegetables. CC says, don't email your phrase since your email can get hacked. Okay, that's a good point. When I was talking about your phrase before, yeah, I guess it could. So screenshot it. Use Signal. Signal is a very secure network. It doesn't get shared with anyone. And signal it to yourself. Signal it to someone you trust, family member, whatever, brother, best friend. Again, someone you trust, like that is just a good person. Or again, just signal it to yourself, screenshot it, keep it somewhere. Like, am I Gandalf from Lord of the Rings? Secret. Safe. I love those movies. Holly says, I have the Trust Wallet, but I don't see Omi there. Are you sure? Oh, konnichiwa, Hodileo. Hodl Yoda. Honestly, I'm not sure where it is. Are your realty stores it for me? Luke has Sheluck. Greetings from Poland. First time. Oh, hello, my Poland friendos. Oh wow, I'm 16 minutes behind on this. Harley says, any guesses on the exchange announcement? Probably it could be something on GoChain. Probably not going to be Omi since Omi's leaving GoChain. I would say. Oh, you said. Oh, I thought you were talking about Earth 2. What they're going to be. I don't know what Earth 2 is doing. Probably something on GoChain, but I guess on the exchange announcement that Veve is announcing, I would say something along the lines of. I don't know the smaller stuff, but I would say Binance either by the end of the year or early next year is when that would happen. Again, because so many different, they're going to do Shiba first, Shiba. They're going to do that first. But as far as for Omi, I would say, again, that's just number one on my list. They'll probably have Kraken too as well at some point. I don't know how much it'll cost to get on there, but that'll happen. Again, people don't want to miss out. Again, Raythax, thank you for that $10 super chat. Shifting things around, yeah. Let me know what you want to shift around, and I'll try to help give my best advice, which is not financial advice, just what I would do. Alex says, "Oops, just realized we would need to put up $100. Maybe not. Wait, Alex, $100 for what? $100 for what?" Maxwell Cook says, "Wait till you find the time to watch Upload on Amazon." Okay, so yes, you have told me about that. I can try to do that this weekend, maybe on Sunday. Like I said, I'm very, very busy, but I will try to find time. Put it on my calendar. Quattro says, "Do I make you Randy, baby?" It's just a quote. This is just a reference to Austin Powers, where he's on that bed that spins around and is with, I think, Felicity. It's like, "Do I make you Randy?" Great movies. Rohan Khan says, "FOB." Oh, Fallout Boy. Oh God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, sorry. Lord of the Rings Omi drop when? Lord of the Rings Omi drop. I don't think they have the rights to Lord of the Rings. They have. I think Amazon spent not $500 million. No, how much did they spend? Yeah, I think they spent $500 million getting the rights to Lord of the Rings because Amazon's developing a Lord of the Rings series for Prime, and they are spending like Game of Thrones money on that. They're getting the writers and producers for all these amazing things like Breaking Bad and Toy Story, and just all of these amazing, cool producers and writers, and they're going hardcore with it. It's going to be about Sauron when he's like a young man, where he's like a human almost, where he's just. It's going to be really insane, but I don't think Veve has the rights to Lord of the Rings. Again, I'm for the NFTs. I don't believe so. If they do, that'd be great. That'd be oh god. Like there was a fight going on last year on Twitter about who's better, Aragorn or Legolas. I was, of course, was Team Legolas. Was badass with a bow, sniping those those Targarts, those wolf-like creatures at like 1,000 yards away. Just oh my god, so awesome. Nicole Smith says, set up Google Authenticator for your email. Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, so that'd be a good way around a good way to make sure that your email does not get hacked using that Google Authenticator. You have to add OMI to your Trust Wallet, Google how, and remember it's on the Go network, not the BEP20. All right, so yeah, add that. That's a good on the Go network, not the BEP20. You'll know what I'm talking about when you go to store it. Alex says you missed the message before that. All right, Alex, I'm gonna try to find that message. I don't have that message. The Alex, I think the first message I have from you is the oops, we'd have realized to put up 100, and then you said maybe not. So Alex, let me know. John Robert Yellen says no notification for frick's sake. Randy, I'm working on something cool for E2. Not done yet. I'll let you know when it's done. Oh, very interesting. So I don't know why some people don't get the notification that I go live. If you subscribe and then you hit the bell, you should be able to go and be notified when I go live. Again, if you don't, it's 10:15 every morning, Eastern Standard Time, and then 22:15 or 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at night. So that 12 hours apart. That's when I do it. And then also is subscribing and commenting and liking the video. Please give it to 20 likes. That really does help support the channel. That helps grow the channel. My idea for growing the channel is similar to Rand Paul's idea of growing the Republican Party. I just want to grow the channel. I want to talk about what people want to help, what people need help with, and talk about what people want me to talk about. Moving on. Chima Chakmul says, with government attempting to govern crypto, should we be concerned? Not overly concerned. I wouldn't say something along. I wouldn't say to go and try to like hide it. They are going to try to use something, whether it's Doge or whether it's SafeMoon. Whenever people lose a lot of money, they're going to try to use that as a catalyst, saying like, oh, hey, now we need to protect yourselves from yourselves, and only government can do that. So we're going to limit. Yeah, they'll try, but I'm pretty sure that'll fail, whatever it is, because there's going to be places like, let's say, even though Joe Biden has, he's got Congress and he's got Senate, they're all governors. There are senators in New York, California, Connecticut, Jersey that will not do certain things. Like there's the far left, and then there's like the middle left, and and maybe like 40% of me is middle left, and a lot of the middle left where there's a lot of money, they're not going to put any regulation like that. So even though Joe Biden might try, I'm not too worried about it. And even if it's not Joe Biden, even if it's the next president, maybe it's Republican, they always try. I think what was Joe Biden trying to do is HR1, which is going to expand federal power, which I don't believe the government should have the power it has now. Should have like half the power it has now. Very, very libertarian in that point of view. Don't like any side having too much power. It's not good. Bait Maximal says, I think you didn't answer my question. If you did, let me know. I will go find it in the stream. If the gems are unlimited, why would Veve buy our OMI when the reserve ends? If they could always use gems, well, they're always going to be able to use gems, but in order to use the gems, OMI has to get burned. $1 worth of OMI has to get burned for every one. That's the way they set it up, and the tokenomics on there are beautiful. Again, there's an unlimited amount of gems, but not an unlimited amount of OMI. That's why I think, yes, you're going to have a lot of short-term catalysts to make this go up, and I'll let you know when. I think that right now, whenever it happens, whenever the catalyst comes on with probably Binance, it's going to spike. And when it spikes, eventually, there'll be some correction, they'll be up and down, but at some point after, they make their announcements and they're on Binance, and after it spikes up again and it jumps up 20x or 30x, whatever jumps up, there's going to be a point where it's like, okay, now it's properly valued. Now that it's properly valued, it will continue to go up again over the long term, peaks and valleys in between. But at that point, I'll let you guys know, hey guys, don't expect another 10x, in the next 3 months. Expect it to go up slow but steady. But I still believe that at some point, again, if we're going long term, here 10 plus years, by the 2030s, I think 3, 5, even $10, not outside the realm of possibility. Again, this is a $1 trillion industry right here that they are disrupting. They're actually disrupting multiple $1 trillion industries because, again, collectibles, and then you have art, virtual, oh God, art. Like, I'm in the high end in Pokemon cards, so I know a couple of high end people that are in sports cards. Pokemon itself does not hold a candle to sports. And sports cards, which go for millions and millions, like multiple millions of dollars, cannot touch art. Like actual art that goes for 8, sometimes 9 figures. Just random things of art. And when you have that, when you have something that's being disrupted, that is a $1 trillion industry in art, in NFTs, in collectibles. That means something. And right now we're less than $1 billion market cap for our coin. So that's something that, again, some people might say, well, yeah, being worth like $100 billion or 500, but that's too much. No, it is not. Not compared to the industry that it's in, the industry that is disrupting. And again, it's going to take probably 10 years, or maybe not even that long, because the world changes a lot quicker than it did, 30, 40 years ago, where it took so long for people to get used to fax machines, so long to get people used to internet. And even in some places right now, some places in America, they still have dial-up. Some places, well, many places around the world, at least 25% of the world, if not 50% or more, they don't have internet. So when you have Starlink coming up and everyone gets internet, you're tapping into an untapped market, untapped brain market, first of all, where people are just like, now their ideas are getting out. Now that, as abject poverty lessens and lessens, and you have people coming in, and it's a long-winded process to say that $500 billion company for this, or $500 billion coin. No, I don't see that as something that's outside of the realm of possibility. So the fact that this could go to, at some point, $5 or $10 in the future 2030s, maybe 2040, which again, I've seen people say, like, I wish I kept those Pokemon cards from the 90s. That time, those past 20 years, they went like that. The next 20 years are going to go like that again. That is just how time, and it's going to go much quicker than the last 20 years, because as I get older, time goes by much faster. So keep this for 20 years. I guarantee you, your kids, your grandkids, and by that time we're merging with artificial AI. You'll be alive forever. Yeah, you'll never need to work. I retired already, but this is something where if I had still been working by the time I found Omi, I would not be working anymore, just because of what I see with this. So Wally Burton says, price-wise, how much do you think these Series 1 NFTs from the Veve can appreciate in the next 3 to 5 years? That's a very good question. A lot of the growth does take time, and it depends how popular it is. Now, when you go at Pokemon cards, the pre-2016, it was a barren desert. It was a deserted wasteland of near extinction. There was not, when you were in high school, middle school plus, it was not a fun time to be a nerd. It was not a fun, like, you weren't cool if you liked Pokemon. Even me, like, I remember being, obviously, Pokemon fan when I was a kid and growing up, but I remember around middle school when I started getting into the girls, and I was like, oh yeah, Pokemon was alright when I was young. I kind of grew out of that. Of course I lied, like, because I wanted to seem cool. And then for me, by the time high school came around, I was like, screw all of y'all, I still like Pokemon. Again, what happened was, for those that don't know the story, in 6th grade, I had like this Pokemon, like, I had this Game Boy like thing where I kept my Pokemon games in, and at like the last day, these like 3 8th graders showed up out of nowhere to kick my ass for still liking Pokemon. So I swore revenge, and I trained all summer. I got into boxing. It was so amazing. I was gonna go in and I was gonna kick everyone's asses that first day of school. But then I realized, oh wait, they're in high school now. They're not in my school, and I was like, and by the time I got to high school, I actually knew one of the guys, mutual friends, and then another one was gay, and then another one moved off. So like, all right, well now I can't do anything. But yeah, then from since then, again, I'm gonna get back to your question. Sorry for the tangent on the story. So there's a decent chance that it doesn't appreciate that much in 3 to 5 years. There's a chance that it dies down. I don't think so, because again, this is the way of the children. Children go into these types of things, and they don't really get out of it. I like the kids that liked Fortnite years ago, they still like it. Kids that like Roblox and Minecraft years ago, they still like it. Like it's still something that stays with them. And as those kids grow up, again, it might take 10, 20 years. But I foresee those appreciating a little bit, especially for the collectors that are in it for the long term. They'll buy those whenever they get the chance. But when it really it'll probably take, 15, 20 years for them to be to 100x. Again, you could buy these cards in 2016, even 2019. I was buying Blaine's Charizard's first edition PSA 10 for $700. You cannot find that for $7,000 now. It's 10x in a couple of years. And again, I know a couple of years, like, oh, well, isn't Omi gonna, like 20x by the end of the year? Yeah, probably. But that doesn't always happen. Again, these are things that are like once in a lifetime things that we're getting into. Earth 2, Omi, and maybe more of these once in a lifetime things start happening because, again, technology is moving quicker and all these things are going much more availability. But now that, we're educated a little bit and we've been through this now before, we should be able to spot them a bit easier. So 3 to 5 years, I don't know, but long term, yeah, they could easily 100x. John Robert Yelland, yeah, done that. It does that with other channels too, just to YouTube. Oh man, that's so weird why people not getting my notifications that I'm going live. Whose ass do I have to kick? Huddle Yoda says, thanks, Nicole. Eugenio Tondo says, hey, do you think Veve has a big backlog of NFTs to make? Yeah. So here's my thoughts on this. I've said this before. Sorry, guys, that are listening to this again. Veve has said they have 5 to 6 years worth of product that they have ready to go. I think they are bold-faced liars, and they have several decades left to go. Just on the Hello Kitty, but just on Hasbro, Hello Kitty, My Little Pony, Transformers, they have years worth of drops to do just from that. NFL, just from that. MLB, just from that. Remember when I said sports dwarfs Pokemon as far as sales go? Yeah, there's Pokemon cards that go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some might even go for millions. But sports, many of those go several millions, tens of millions. And they grow by the hundreds of thousands every single year. And again, the NFL Players Association, right now, it's just going to be modern stuff. MLB, it might just be modern. Because that's what's hot right now. But you buy, when they get into it, when I'm talking about when they go and when they don't just buy modern stuff and they drop other stuff. Let's say they go with Vinny Testaverde that carried the New York Jets in the 1998 season, the AFC Championship, Keyshawn Johnson, Curtis Martin. Like, there are so many old school players that I would love to get. There are so many players that I would just love. Oh my God, Curtis Martin, the running back, Wayne Corbett, like all of these guys that I would throw a bunch of them. I would throw thousands of dollars at it. But right now it's modern, and a lot of it I don't want to get modern because of the speculation aspect of it. Why some of these people are paying thousands of dollars for these for pop reports that are in the tens of thousands is ridiculous. I buy Pokemon because the pop reports are sometimes a couple hundred, but they're buying these on these players that they haven't finished their careers yet. Some of them just started. So I'm not going to do that with the modern MLB or the modern NFL. But when they start going into, their 20, 30 years back, I will 100%, and many other people will as well. And that's where you're going to see the big bucks coming in, because the big bucks coming in are going to be the older people, especially older guys in their 40s and 50s, like that have had 30 years to generate wealth, and they have $100,000 to throw around on one thing. Yeah, 100%. Do you have an exit plan for Omi? Are you long-term hodling post spikes? Could it be more than a dollar 5 years from now? Yeah. I think by mid 2020 is probably be $1. As far as exit strategy, I'm gonna have to take profit from something at some point because I've been living from boiler room to this grandma basement that I have here, and I have to take profit at some point. There's so many people that want me to make my own NFT. They want Dash have an NFT. They want me to make a cryptocurrency, and if I do that, the learning curve for that is so big. I have to make sure that I have a good amount, not too much, not too little. I don't want to have a quadrillion coins like SafeMoon, but I don't want to have a million coins either. I want to have it so where people can get a bunch and they're not worth $100 right off the bat. I want to make it so, oh yeah, you could buy these $5 and you can buy a couple of them. One for trade, one for hold, one for spending. Something like that. But I also want to make sure that they're able to stake. They're able to make NFTs with my coin. They're able to stake with my coin. So I want to do that. Ari Realty wants me to go into business with him and we still haven't had a dual joint thing yet, live stream yet, but we will. He wants me to go into like an actual realty company with him, and other people say there's so many different ideas. There are a million ideas for me. There's no shortage of those, but there's this type of thing where I feel like Selena. For those that have seen the new Selena series on Netflix, pretty good. She wants to open up a boutique. She wants to tour an English album and recording a new Spanish album, and just so much in one place. I feel very stretched thin, and I need money for that. So my exit strategy for Omi is when I will, let's say I have at some point 20 million Omi. My project will be to sell maybe 1 million Omi at 50 cents. So this way I can get an actual condo or house or someplace. And most likely what I do is I just use that to start the real estate company. I'm like, all right, got this place, bought it, renting it out, that type of income coming in. I could take out a mortgage on the home that I just bought and then go and get another place, because this way that mortgage pays off the old one. It's called a cash out refinance. That new loan pays off the old one. I can use that for another house and then start to rent that out, and this way I have a couple streams of revenue. But that's pretty much it. As I would much sooner sell Tesla than I would Omi, even though I don't want to sell anything. When it hits 50 cents, I'll probably get that. Which again, probably in a couple of years. If it hits 10 cents, I don't think I could sell if I only have 20 million of them, because that I feel like I'd be robbing myself of money. Like, you have to think of your future self. Think of your future self in terms of like, okay, well, and my diet, like, treat your future self like someone that you love. Like, you wouldn't feed your dog, like McDonald's every day. You wouldn't feed him junk food. No, you want to have good food because you want him to live a longer life, because you're only there for, you wouldn't keep your dog in the house in the crate all day. No, you take him out for walks. You take him out, go exercise, go play. Treat your body the same way. Go and exercise. Go and play. Go play frisbee. Go work out. And I would be doing my older self a disservice if I sold at 10 cents. I think that's what I think I would be doing. So I probably at 50 cents. At some point, I would sell. If in a year it's still only 10 cents, I'll sell Tesla before I sell Omi, just because there's so much more room to grow with Omi. And again, I think Tesla will 10x in the next 10 years. It'll be worth multiple trillions of dollars, or it's not even worth $1 trillion now. So moving on. Cool Sheet says, what's up, our dog? Send Omi to the moon, sir. I'm trying to keep it down here at this point, and then yes, to the moon. John Robert Yellen says, I saw somewhere that an analyst says it'll be worth 17 cents by the end of 2025, but really, who knows? It's very volatile. I think that is, that's nothing. That I don't know what analyst said Omi's gonna be 17 cents. Again, it's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible. Some guys, again, like Taps Trade, says it'll be 17 cents by the end of the year. It's like, well, that's a lot. that's a lot. Yeah, by 2025, that's no. Alone says, Randy, I wish you 1 billion views, but I don't want the comments to be too fast for you to read and answer. Yeah, so that's why I try to do 2 streams a day, because already, even just with 2,800 subscribers, almost 2,900 now, and even although I average about 40 to 60 views per live stream at one time, again, this is the best time to be alive, because when I have 10,000 viewers and I have average of 100 to 150 people viewing, it's like, okay, well, that's a horse of a different color, if I can make that Wizard of Oz reference, where, yeah, I go and the comments are too fast. At that point, I would probably only be able to answer super chats. And I would, every once in a while I would scroll through, oh, I'll answer this one, I'll answer that one. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to hire an assistant to keep up. Like already I'm like overwhelmed with messages. So I'll let you guys know when that happens. Again, hopefully most people are just going to be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to wait till the live stream finishes and then I'm going to listen to it on the drive to work, whatever. And maybe that'll happen. And maybe I get a bunch of views that way still. And then these chats are no longer, they still stay the same way where I can keep up with it. So it has been about an hour. You were everything that I wanted. We were meant to be, supposed to be, but we lost it. All of my memories so close to me. Sorry, guys. Every half hour I go and I shout out my Patreon members, and also for the Earth 2 people. Referral code down below. Oh, so moving on. It will go to $1 by the end of the year. No. If it goes to $1 by the end of the year, I have $20 million. I might just cash out right away and wait for it to dip and then just buy in. Yeah, and part of the reason I don't want to sell also is because I know as soon as I sell, it's going to keep going up. If let's say let's say if I did subscribe to Tab Trades, and I sell it like 12 cents, and thinking like, okay, well, it might go to 15. You can't predict the top, and then it goes, and I expect that 80 to 90% haircut in the crypto winter, and then it doesn't happen because we're in a super cycle, and then it keeps going up. My mental health will take such a hit that I doubted myself. I would much rather be wrong and say like, okay, at least that's my mistake, than listen to someone else. And I would much rather be wrong and do it my own way, because this way I can only blame myself. I don't want to blame other people. So yeah, it would not be good. Quattro says Michael Jordan rookie versus first edition base Charizard. I don't know how much Michael Jordan rookie goes for. Probably gonna be probably more than Charizard. If it's like a PSA 10, if it's that. But Charizard, there's got to be more Michael Jordan rookies than there are Charizards, I would think. And Charizards, again, you have in these sports companies, you have all these different companies printing these sports cards. We have like 50 variants of it. But Pokemon, they print it themselves. The WotC, Wizards of the Coast, they printed that for a little while in the 90s, but again, that was it. It was only printed by one company. So you don't have all these different variants. You don't have all that. So it's very, very easy for people to focus on. It's just Charizard. It's not Charizard with the gold trim. It's not Charizard with a, from this pack, this. Yeah, you have Charizard, from base set and Shadowless and Unlimited. And then you have, you have Gym Challenge set. You have the Rocket set. Those had Charizards in it. And then you had Shining Charizard. So there's only 4 Charizards in the first, that could have a first edition on it. First edition base set, first edition Rocket set, first edition from Gym Challenge set that blames Charizard, and then have Shining Charizard. There's only 4 that could have first edition stamp on it. They discontinued that after Neo Destiny. So first edition Charizard, that's only 121 copies, PSA 10. Yeah, that I still think is undervalued. That's still undervalued in my opinion. If Omi goes to $1, we'll donate a Cybertruck to the R-Dog charity. All right. So Omi goes to $1, or when it goes to $1, if you're going to donate a Cybertruck to the R-Dog charity, I haven't actually set up the charity yet, so I should do that. Well, I have 2 charities right now. So I shouldn't say that. One is the Chavez Harambe Entrepreneurial Scholarship, and the other is the Harambe Chavez Community Scholarship. They're just scholarships. They're for kids that, not kids I used to go to high school with, but my old high school. And I don't think 18-year-olds should be gifted with a Cybertruck just yet. I think they got to live life first. I'll be safe. I want to, the charity, I don't know what it would be. Maybe a community center. Again, my ultimate charity goal is to, again, save animals, and but along the way, just help you can along the way. But yeah, animals is the main charity. Quattro says, I feel like in the 2030s, $1 million will be like 100,000. Yeah, it's possible, especially with the government printing trillions of dollars. Joe Biden already printed $2 trillion in that useless package. Wants to print If all goes Joe Biden's way, he's going to want to print like $8 trillion in his first year. That is so stupid. I would have said the same thing if Trump were to do that. I would have said the same thing if you had Rand Paul in there wanted to print $8 trillion that first year. Like, my God, that is idiotic. Just my opinion. A bunch of people walked off after I said that. May Maxwell said, do you think OMI, that with all the OMI burned, that OMI can end? And like, no. I don't think it'll end. Yeah, at some point, well, again, let's say when it's $1 an OMI, and in a few years, and you're only burning $1 per gem spent. All right, if $10,000 are spent, only 10,000 OMI are burned when there's hundreds of billions right now. But again, at that point, you're not just going to have 250,000 users. You're going to have millions of users. So, yeah, all right, I'll give it to you. At one point when OMI does end, I don't know what happens to this. Again, that's probably not going to be for 20 years, but they're going to have to get it from, like, at that point, yeah. If OMI's like $10, yeah, I'll cash out $300 million for me if I have 30 million. But yeah, in 2039, if it's $10 per OMI, sure, cash out then. Honestly, I'd probably cash out at $5 per OMI. I don't know, because then what if it doubles again? I can't do that. See, even now, not being able to do that, I can't, because of the potential. Again, somebody offered me $100,000 for my entire Earth 2 account. I can't do it because, one, that's all Chaveztopia, and even though the account's only worth $60-something thousand, and yeah, I could use $100,000 to rebuy. I won't be able to get those tiles back because those tiles I bought when they were very, very cheap. I'm not going to get the same amount of tiles. I'm not going to get those locations. I'm not going to get, again, I won't have Chaveztopia. I'll have to build another Chaveztopia underneath it. So I can't do that. And again, that location is a strategic location. So yeah, I don't like to do things because the potential is so huge. So I don't like to sell. Hope my vinyl's 10x in 10 years. I hope so too, Maxwell. Wally Burton says, awesome response. Thanks, mate. No problem. Linux says, there are definitely more opportunity as the future goes. 100%. So sorry I'm behind on comments, guys. Pokemon being scalped is another factor proving NFTs are the future, since kids can't get their hands on product and grow up with that same nostalgic connection we had. Yeah, kids nowadays, it's hard to get Pokemon cards. It's hard because everyone's buying them, and kids, like, yeah, if you get these, it's going to be nice for kids, and as they grow up, they'll continue to have those memories. Flight Truckin says, Quad Shoto, yes it will. They mentioned also veteran players for NFL. Oh, did they? Oh, heck yes. Heck yes. I can't afford it right now, but heck yes. Basilio says, I don't get notified when you're on anymore. It has to do with the fact that you give good info and don't BS your audience. Oh, thanks, Basilio. I don't know why. Like, YouTube, damn you, YouTube. Albano Geiner says, hi, Randy. I see you're a Jets fan. It would be great to go to a Jets game one day. Once I sell some plots 100x. Yeah, that'd be fun. I haven't been to a Jets game in years. They were so much fun back in the day. Jets games were, yeah, they're exciting. A pain in the butt getting there, especially driving through Jersey is horrible. But yeah, taking a train there, yeah, that's pretty legit. It takes a whole day, but at that point, we could probably take our choppers because we'll be so rich. I don't think I'll buy a chopper. Maybe, I don't know. I'd feed my dog raw beef. Yeah, I mean, there's a way, if you can balance it. Yeah, raw food's probably better for you than. But it's hard to balance. It really is. It's hard to balance the meat and the vegetables and all that. But going to yeah, like Blue Buffalo, Iams, Royal Canin, Science Diet. Those are all good brands of dog food to feed your dog. Again, I was a veterinarian assistant for like 9 years. So those are all good brands. The litmus test is if it's in like a supermarket, don't buy it, with the exception of Iams. That was pretty much a good litmus test because, like, Beneful's not good. Beneful's pretty junky. Old Roy is pretty junky. Like, again, go to Petco or PetSmart and get Science Diet, Nutro, one of those guys. Not sponsored by any means. Can't remember if it was CoinGecko article or something. John Robert Yellen, what are you talking about? CoinGecko. I don't know. Rohan Cass says, what do you think about e-fuels like Porsche's fuel and Toyota's hydrogen cells? Would it mean you think for Tesla, if you can go away from fossil fuels, anything's better. I think anything's better than fossil fuels. I think that there's probably a place for them, for hydrogen, maybe but definitely not mass production like the rest of us. Like the rest of us have. Quattro says, "Why my Dogecoin no 1,000x overnight? Why no moon?" Told you all not to buy Dogecoin. John Robert Yellen says, "I can't wait for OMI to blow up. I'll have 1 million probably by next week. If I had 20 million of them and it went to $1 per coin, I don't know what I'd do. At that point, just sell 1 million of them and just have $1 million. Again, be prepared for taxes." But yeah, as far as the Toyota's hydrogen will have a place. It won't be for mass production like it is electric right now. But again, anything that goes for away from fossil fuels, I'm for. Alejandro Lorenzo Garcia says, "Do you know Mike Maloney?" Maybe on Facebook. I honestly, there's so many people that come in and add me, and I think I'm done adding people because like all it is like I was like them sending me pictures of Pokemon cards. Hey, what's this worth? Hey, what do you think this is gonna have? Like, okay, free advice. Like this is the issue with free advice. I get and adding people you don't know. Yeah, so I try to answer most everything on here. Just because, again, I have so many people during the day ask me, it's like, all right, I can't get to everyone. I'll just answer it on stream. Hey, Frisco, what's going on? Maxwell Cook says, Omi to the moon. John Robert Yellen says, Randy, what's your favorite pizza? I'm getting one tonight. Honestly, chicken bacon ranch is probably my all-time favorite, but recently I've been getting into pepperoni. Just plain pepperoni and cheese. It's nice, it's simple, it's good, very salty, so hydrate. Hydrate and be good. Your thoughts on Pokemon or Poketown in E2? I think that's something that has a lot of potential if they set it up right. Whether they do, if it's a gym or if they do, hey, there's a fire section, there's an ice section, there's a grass section, all that. I would very much like to see someone do the original Gen 1 and then Gen 2 and then connect them, obviously. You know, you have Pallet Town. Below Pallet Town is Cinnabar Island. And then, above Pallet Town is Viridian City. And then you have the gym over there, Pokemon League to the left with all that jazz. And then even to the left of that, you have the Mount Silver from Johto, and then all Johto to that left, to the west. And then when north of that, you have Viridian Forest, and then you have Pewter City. Yeah, I would love if someone could recreate all of that. That would be too wonderful. That would be a lot of land. So I don't know if I see that happening. The article on where the price said it would be 17 cents by 2025. It was on CoinGecko, I think, but I may be wrong. Maybe it was 17 cents by the end of this year and $1 by 2025. That might make a little more sense. 17 cents seems like a lot by the end of this year, but again, some people say that as well. And yeah, $1 by 20. That's pretty much my prediction as well. $1 by 2025. Faith Maximo says so just to clarify my mind. Then he didn't say anything. John Robert Yellen says, "Oh yeah, as if I'd ever tell the government about this so they could charge me taxes." If you have money on Coinbase, they know about it and they will send a 1099 or do whatever it is to you, because Coinbase gives the government whatever they want. Alex says Mike Maloney is the gold and silver guy. He thinks gold goes to $10,000 and silver goes to 100 and 150,000. I'm guessing you mean per ounce. There has been speculation of a silver shortage for better part of a decade now, and I bought silver when I was in the military because I was super conspiracy theorist from like whenever YouTube started in 2007 till literally up until when I joined the military, and then basically people give far too much credit to the government. Government's just run by people. And most people are heckin' stupid. And but at that time, I was like, okay, well, dollar's going to collapse, and New World Order's coming. I'm going to get some silver. So it barely moved. I bought it when it was like $14 an ounce or whatever, and then when I sold it was like $23 an ounce. So it didn't even double in like 7 years. So again, people have been saying that shortage for silver for the better part of a decade, and gold. People are going to move away from gold. People are going to move away from these commodities. for Bitcoin. Bitcoin will overtake gold at some point. $10,000 an ounce for gold would be pretty insane, I think. $100 an ounce for silver, yeah, I think that's not as insane, because again, there might be a shortage, there might not be, of silver, at least physical silver, but the no, I would put it more into Bitcoin than anything. And Mike Maloney could be a very reputable guy and could have some, a good past, a good history, but the way things are going, I don't believe so. Earth 2 Meta, what's going on? It says, hey Randy, I picked up some Omi in the past few days. Not quite as much as you, but on the Omi train. Go subscribe to Earth 2 Meta. It does a lot of really good videos. And it's actual videos. It's not just me talking into a camera. It's not just him going on like a 20-minute rant. It's him saying like, oh, based on this, and this. He shows you not only his good-looking face, but he shows you actual things other than his face. So there's pictures. Really, really good. Earth 2 Meta is pretty legit. Alejandro Lorenzo Garcia says, this guy has opened my mind. That is the goal. That is the idea. To when people do things, think, okay, well, why? Don't just think that's dumb. That's BS. No, it's like, okay, well, why? And see what they're doing. See why they're doing that. John Robert Yellen says, welcome to the Moon Shuttle, E2 Meta. Maxwell Cook says, welcome to the Omi Club Meta. Quad Shoulder says, Randy, you should take a screenshot of your Trust Wallet / Omi balance so we can look back at the price in a few years and be thankful for our hodling. It doesn't have to be a Trust Wallet. It could be for anything. It could be for, wherever it's listed on, Bit4x, Sendex, Gate.io. So it doesn't have to be a Trust Wallet. We can do that anywhere. But I did take a screenshot when I said it was last night. I was like, I should try, because this will happen whenever you have make a lot of money. Your life will change, and don't forget to try to be humble. And somebody said yesterday, it's like, oh, the Joe Rogan of our time is telling us to be humble. I was like, oh, so I had to screenshot it because it was like, that made me awe. Zach Borg says, I got one of the big circles in the dead center of Poketown. What would you do with it? I've got my ideas, but would love to hear yours. Try to make maybe like a shrine, like in Pewter City, they had a museum. You pay $50 and you go and see some fossils or whatever. And for me, I wanted to culture my avatar every single time. I would always pay that $50 to go, 50 polka dollars to go into that Pewter City museum. I know there's nothing you can get in there, no items or whatever, but my avatar deserved to be cultured. And I love the way kids do that. Like, there was a kid that back in the day when you see Lapras had a in the description of the Pokedex, it showed that Lapras was an endangered species. So the kid, what he did was in Pokemon Gold and Silver, he would breed it wherever he would breed it, get a female Lapras or breed it with a Ditto, and he would consistently breed Lapras over and over and over again and release them, because as a kid he thought, oh, it's an endangered species. And then in one of the Pokedex entries recently, it said that Lapras was hunted almost to extinction, but now it's no longer on the endangered species list. I was like, kids do some really amazing stuff. So if you build something in the dead center of Poketown, whether it's a shrine, it's a museum, it's something that people will go to just because it's Pokemon, but make it interactive, make something cool there, like, oh, look at that, and then change it up. Change it up every so often, every month or so. New paintings, new art, new NFTs, new things there. That's something I think would help. And have games as well. Have mini games. Have something like, ink blots. Who's this Pokemon? If you can name 100 ink blots in a minute for these Pokemon, you get a prize. That's actually something I want to do for Chaveztopia, because that sounds amazing. So write that down. For if I'm talking about SpongeBob here. Bait Maximo says, so just to clarify my mind, if I buy one NFT and it costs 10 gems, it will burn 10 times dollar cost of one Omis. Yes, it will cost however much. Again, at that point, if it's $1 per Omi and it's 10 cents, or I'm sorry, 10 gems for that NFT, you're burning 10 Omi. If it is 1 cent, or I'm sorry, if it's 10 cents per Omi, and then it's not just, then it's 100 Omi that you're burning. If it's a penny, then you're burning 1,000. So yeah, do that. Correct. So it's the cost of one Omi. Super God YouTube channel made by Super. Please subscribe. Says, when are you going to create a Discord? I have a Discord that I have for other, but right now I really don't have time. And other people have offered to make. Someone actually made one for Chavez Topia. Literally nobody uses it because I haven't like supported it or anything. One, I'll never be able to use voice chat, never, because I'm already streaming for 3 hours a day, and outside of having to talk to people in real life, which I don't do, like when I'm at the gym, like sure I'll grunt, but I'm sitting like by myself, I'm doing whatever, I'm listening to YouTube videos, I'm not singing in the car, I'm not when I have to talk to my girlfriend on the phone, because again she lives an hour and a half away, or I'm talking to someone else on, let's say I have to, I can't waste my voice on any more things like a Discord, so it would only be in general chat. And honestly, my time is already so limited. I would make it and no one would be there. I have to wait until things slow down a little bit. Yeah. So moving on. Maxwell Cook says he will have all these old YouTube videos to reference when Bitcoin, Tesla, and Omi rocket for him. Yeah, I've already made videos about Tesla. And like I told y'all, did not tell y'all, I told y'all. Yeah. Alejandro Lorenzo Garcia says, problem is silver market is so manipulated, but they can't do it forever. Sure, they can't do it forever. Again, I see people moving away from precious metals and commodities like that, but yeah, I mean, it'll always have its use. If we have a solar flare and electricity goes out and no one's able to access their wallets and our crypto is lost, yeah, gold and silver it is, to the moon. It's going to be worth so much more at that point. Zach Borg says, what about a battle arena? Well, I do have a couple of, I want to build a boxing ring, and I do want to place, about a 750 square plot that I just bought, and I'll buy more specifically for fighting. Like, remember the Cell games from Dragon Ball Z? He had literally tiles, a plot, and that's the ring, that's the arena. So that's something I plan to do as well. Carabody City says, hey, Paco Jazz, open heart surgery, double bypass. Wow, I'd be soon on heart transplant road. I may not see the E2 phase 3. Paco, hang on, buddy. Let's, again, do exactly what doctors say. Drink water, light exercise, because don't explode your heart. Vegetables, gotta live a long time, buddy. Live a long time. John Robert Yellen says, good luck, Paco. How much OMI do you have? 5.6 million OMI. Zach Borg says, I mean, the Pokemon Circle plot. What about a battle arena there? Yeah, make one. Do it. Linux says, I have some ideas for your Discord. Thank you, Linux. I'm going to do one more Patreon thing, and then I got to bounce because my voice is killing me. It's dying. What should the song be? I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast, and he's got to be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. Sorry about that, guys. I'll take a couple more questions, but pretty much I'm going to bounce. I just farted again. You can do it, Paco. All right, guys, I got to bounce. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you all. Goodbye. Meow, meow, meow. My voice, pray for me. Meow, meow. Good stream, guys. Bye. Meow. Thank you for super chats. Meow.